So here we have my Chevy 4.3 liter, leaking oil everywhere. BP is taking the transmission off and thought I'd replace the rear main seal because that's usually the problem with these. But when I took the flywheel off, or the flex plate, because it's an automatic, I see that the rear main seal is not leaking, but the oil pan gasket is, and it's leaking here and over here to the driver's side and over here. Pretty much it's leaking everywhere. So that might be your problem if you own a Chevy, amongst many other problems if you own a Chevy. I noticed that these pan bolts were all loose. Every single one of them seems like it hadn't been torqued down, or through the years have gotten loose, and that could be the majority of the problem. But I'm going to replace the pan gasket and the main seal right here. To drop the pan, you have to remove these two bolts, nuts on these studs, by removing these rubber plugs. If you don't have the transmission off, like I have the transmission off, so you take these plugs out and then you can get up to these nuts. Then you got to take, your starter off. This plate that holds this starter. This is the oil sensor. There's a hole right here for your screwdriver to go into to pop this tab off. There's also a bracket right here to get it off. I just popped off one of the wire holders, the little wire clips, and I was able to get to the bolt holding that bracket on, that holds the wire harness on. There's also more doodah up here. This wire harness has two bolts. They're really hard to get to on each side that screw into the oil pan. There's a negative ground somewhere up there. I haven't taken off yet. It's over here on the passenger side apparently. And you have to drop this down a little bit. This front differential has to drop down. So I'm just going to loosen some bolts. Take these bolts out. And hopefully that will give me enough room to clear this pickup tube that's in this lowest part of the oil pan. And go ahead and get that gasket replaced. So, then you got to remove this cross member. I already removed. Lots of stuff. Here's where the transmission goes. And hope that helps.